So in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this, why I've signed up to a 100-mile run, race, event, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure I should be running all of it by any means, but the first thing that pops in my head is, hey, I've got a wife and 2 kids, so it would be an ideal opportunity to have some peace and quiet, but clearly that's not the answer, dearest. If you watch this, I shall miss you all greatly. But it's an interesting question to answer, and some people run marathons in memory of someone, some people run marathons for charity, for good causes, for things like that, and I imagine that's very inspirational. You know, if you're struggling, if you're tired, if the end still seems a long way away, you can sort of tap into that and use that to kind of spur you on. But I'm not doing this for charity, I'm not doing this for any special cause, I'm just kind of doing it for me, just to see if I can, to be honest. I don't know if that's a good enough reason when things get tough, when it's the middle of the night and I've been going for however many hours and however many miles and it's dark and I'm knackered and I'm hungry. Is that going to be enough to make sure I push on through to the end? I don't know, but it's the only reason that I've got. And another part of the reason why I'm doing this is that at the back of my mind I kind of like the idea of having a crack at the UTMB, the Ultra Tour of Mont Blanc, which is a big trail race around Mont Blanc. It's 105 miles or so up and around the mountain, and the video clips I've seen of it and things I've read about it, the atmosphere looks fantastic, the scenery looks stunning, the route looks challenging, it looks hard, it looks an amazing sort of challenge. And I guess that's the reason why I'm doing this one, is that I'd like to have a crack at that one. And you need to qualify, you need to do a certain number of events and achieve a certain number of points to be able to apply in the ballot for a place in the UTMB. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Why do I want to have a crack at UTMB, I guess then is the next obvious question, and it's just the challenge of it. It's just, I was never very good at sports at school, never did football, played a little bit of rugby but was a bit rubbish. And then shortly after I moved house, got chatting to a neighbour who was involved in a local boot camp, which I joined, and people there started getting into obstacle races, mud runs, obstacle races a few years ago, sort of 2013, 2014, something like that, and I got involved in those and I absolutely loved them. So I've been a big kid playing in the mud, and I wanted a slightly longer race or a slightly tougher race or whatever. I wanted to push myself and find out what I could achieve and what I could manage. And I guess this is a natural step on from that. With a family, it's hard to train all the different aspects that you need to be good at obstacle racing. But I can go out for a run whenever I want, you know, whenever I get the chance, when the kids are in bed, when there's a quiet time at the weekends, I can go out and run. So running is something I've carried on. And I've done a few sort of longer runs. I've done a trail marathon and whatnot. I've done a single ultra before. And I guess it's just, when for me, when I know I can do a distance, it's like, okay, well I can do that one. Can I do the next one up and the next one up and things like that? So it'll be interesting to see how I get on with this one, whether that's enough of a why to keep me pushing through the dark times, and then of course if I can do this, what's next? What's after 100 miles? Well, I'm not sure I want to think about that yet. We'll see how I feel when I get to the finish line of this one, I think. But yeah, it's going to be a good challenge, and yeah, I guess ultimately that's the reason I'm doing it. It's just to challenge myself and see what I'm capable of.